much a show where we get to tackle issues that are confronting teens in a very interactive way. So not only do we have the episodes, but we also have links to resources. So if you do have any questions, or you have a homegirl, homeboy who you want to direct some information to, you can do that as well. So it's not only entertainment, but it's education at the same time. And it's on Hulu. Yes.
Me?
Oh, I think it's my eyelashes made my eye look droopy.
So wait, me?
Yes, please.
Who were some of your inspirations growing up, and why?
Well, I love the audacity, honestly, that Jennifer Lopez had, because that's pretty ballsy to this day to be able to do what you're doing. It doesn't matter. I'm a bigger fan of her dance moves than her acting, but I feel that as an artist, I think it's pretty ballsy to be able to say this is who I am and create the type of career that she's created. And a lot of us, especially coming from the Bronx, I'm not from the Bronx, but we're pretty close. So I think it's always exciting to see one of my own come out and really explore her life in the arts, right? And she's also opened doors for other people to be able to do that. Whether they're successes or failures, it's up to anyone to judge. But I don't think it's a failure when you take a chance. So, and she's been somebody who's been taking a chance, at least in the Latino community. As an actress, I've always looked up to Meryl Streep, because she's been able to, she's been able to be anything that she wanted to be. And I found that incredible, because when I was growing up, I wanted to be anything but what I was. And it's only through the journey of appreciating the arts and learning through other people's experiences that I was able to embrace my culture, and I was able to embrace my womanhood, and I was able to see a deficit in those things in my community, at least when it comes to empowerment and education. So I know there's like two opposite sides of the spectrum, but both of them have really been specific inspirations when it comes to my drive. I also came from theater, and Meryl Streep came from theater, and I always said, well, I've never seen a brown Meryl Streep, so why can't I try to be that? And of my own, I want to explore being different ethnicities as well, so why can't I do that? Essentially, we all come with the same values and the same questions about identity and about what our mission is in this world. Those are just two. There's so many. I have like music and everything, but I can go on and on. Yes.
How did you learn to play a character with HIV?
I did a lot of, well, initially I didn't know that she had it. It was like the secret that they kept from me until I read the script. So this whole time, my character is actually the mean girl, queen bee, dance captain of the school. And in season 1, she's pretty ferocious. She's very manipulative. She's very self-reliant, which means she's always had to fight for everything on her own. So she's misunderstood, right? Because a lot of times when we see strong people, we think that we see them as a model of being, they're highlighted as being like more flawed in a sense. They're too mean, they're too this, they're too that. And we don't get to explore the fact that they're maybe going through some pain, that they're maybe going through some difficulty. So I found it intriguing that she was written in such a way where you could easily say, wow, she's a bitch. Everybody says she's a bitch. But why? No one asks why. So in the end of the show, in the end of the season, we find out she has HIV because she's been on her own, and she hasn't been educated. She's been very reckless sexually. And the great thing about Isso's High is that it's not as a punishment. It's about real life. It's what's happening to people. And she is a very vivacious, a very spunky, a very outspoken character that in season 3 you now see she's starting to create outreach to the youth. she has this vlog called High V. So she talks about her experiences, how she's feeling, how crappy she's feeling, how some medication's not working, how she thought it would, how she's gaining weight, how she can't date the way she used to. And we start to explore what it's like to be someone who was once so hated to being someone who really is going through some real life stuff. So I did research. I looked. We are working with an organization called Ultimate. So my show is linked to several organizations like Planned Parenthood, Ultimate, as resources. So when they wrote the script, they really wanted to be as accurate as possible. And when it came down to her storyline, it really started to accelerate in season 3. So in season 1, it was more about setting her up as the character that everyone had strong opinions about. And then by the time we get to season 3, we start to see her express her fears or express her glories, you know, when she goes to yoga and she's like, hey, I feel better, or like, I didn't know this, I had no idea yoga could make you feel better, I thought it was whack. So it's little things like that that I think when we start to explore a character that hasn't been put out there in the media, people will start to understand, and people will start to at least have a proper discussion about it. So I also had, the people in Ultimate, I did, a couple of interviews